Everything you crave, respect, power, influence, doesn't come from noise, from arguing, from proving yourself. True mastery is built quietly, in patience, in discipline, in moments when nobody is watching. Right now, the world is loud, chaotic, and desperate for attention, but you don't have to be. You will learn to harness silence, to turn stillness into power, and to move through life like a force that cannot be shaken. This is the silent path to power. And starting today, you will walk it. Chapter 1. Stop proving, start doing. Stop proving. Stop justifying. Stop explaining. Right now, you're giving away your power every time you feel the need to convince someone of your worth. Every unnecessary explanation, every social media post aimed at validation, every debate to prove a point, it's poison. It weakens you. It distracts you. It tells the world that your confidence depends on theirs. Let me be blunt. You don't need their permission. You don't. That's the first truth you must accept. You have a choice. You can continue performing for an audience that isn't paying attention, or you can stop proving and start doing. Think about it. How many people do you know who spend more energy justifying their choices than executing them? They explain every minor decision. They argue over opinions. They text long threads defending themselves. And what happens? Nothing. Results stay distant. Authority remains borrowed. Influence is temporary. That's the cost of proving. Every moment spent proving is a moment stolen from doing. Every moment spent justifying is a moment spent feeding insecurity. You have a choice. That's the key. Here's the hard truth. Respected leaders, people who get results, don't justify themselves. They make decisions and they act. They execute. That's it. A CEO decides to restructure a company. She doesn't send 100 emails explaining her choice. She announces it and moves. A high-performing athlete trains at 5 a.m. without posting it on social media. They don't explain themselves. They execute. Silent, relentless, precise execution builds results. Explaining, proving, and seeking approval builds only weakness. Weakness disguised as logic. Weakness disguised as confidence. You don't need their permission. Look at history. Real innovators, the ones who change industries, invent, lead movements, none of them waited for validation. Thomas Edison didn't run to the town hall to convince people his light bulb would work. He experimented. He failed. He kept going. Results spoke louder than words. That's the lesson. Your results, your discipline, your action, they speak for themselves. But you must let them. Stop talking. Stop defending. Stop proving. Focus on the work that actually changes things. Discipline over validation. Action over comfort. Now, let's bring it closer to home. Every morning, you face micro-decisions that test this principle. Your alarm goes off, and your body argues. I'll sleep 5 more minutes. I don't feel like it. That's weakness hiding as logic. That's your brain negotiating for comfort. Every moment you justify staying in bed, you prove to yourself that comfort is stronger than discipline. And what do you get? Nothing. The same goes for work tasks, workouts, confrontation, or personal growth challenges. Stop negotiating. Stop proving. Do it anyway. Every small execution compounds into unstoppable momentum. You always have a choice. I want to give you a real-world behavioral tool you can start today. The execution override. Each morning, pick one task you've been justifying or delaying. Stop thinking about how it will be perceived. Stop arguing with yourself. Stop seeking anyone's approval. Execute. That's it. It doesn't matter if someone notices or praises you. Results are internal currency. You don't need their permission. Repeat this daily. Watch your authority grow silently, steadily, without drama. That's the power of action over performance. Another truth: proving yourself publicly is addictive. Approval creates a high. Likes, shares, praise, they release dopamine. Your brain craves it. That's why you over-explain. That's why you argue. That's why you perform. But it's temporary. The high fades. And what remains? Anxiety, self-doubt, compromised energy. Discipline is permanent. Action is permanent. Execution builds unshakable confidence. It's not about being liked, it's about being disciplined. You have a choice. Choose discipline. Choose results. Here's a mental framework to anchor this. The 3 pillars of silent authority. Decide in private. Make your choices quietly, without consulting a crowd. Don't announce until executed. Execute relentlessly. Do the work every day, even when it's uncomfortable. Let results speak louder than words. Resist justification. Every explanation, every defense, is a leak of energy. Shut the leak. Keep the power. These pillars are simple, but they're not easy. That's the point. Discipline always meets resistance. Weakness always whispers. Comfort always tempts. But you have a choice. That's the key. You don't need their permission. You don't need anyone to validate your process. Your results will be the evidence. Your consistency will be the proof. Your life will become the silent testimony of your power. Let me give you a vivid example. Imagine 2 managers at a company. Manager A constantly justifies every choice to the team. Every decision is a meeting, an email, a discussion. Manager B makes decisions, communicates them clearly, and moves forward. Guess who the team respects? Who the company follows? Who gets results? Manager B. Always Manager B. Silence in execution creates authority. Justification destroys it. Repeat. Discipline over validation. Action over comfort. Now, let's get personal. Your social media, your conversations, your explaining tendencies. Identify one area where you're still proving yourself. Are you defending a choice that doesn't need defending? Are you seeking approval for something already decided? Are you performing for an audience that doesn't matter? That ends today. Begin the habit of doing without announcing, of executing without explaining, of acting without justification. Every small step compounds into unbreakable authority. The final transformation is simple. Stop proving. Start doing. Stop defending. Start executing. Stop seeking validation. Start creating results. Discipline over validation. Action over comfort. Repeat this mantra daily. Embed it in your routines. Watch your confidence rise silently. Watch your influence grow without noise. Watch your life shift from reactive and weak to proactive and unstoppable. That's the first cornerstone of the silent path to power. You mastered your impulse to prove. You practiced action over comfort. You've begun building silent authority. Now, it's time to shift focus to the next critical skill, the one that magnifies all execution and discipline. You mastered your fear of being judged. You mastered your impulse to explain. You mastered your energy leak. Now, let's talk about the true currency of your life: focus and attention. Chapter 2. Silence is a weapon. Stop talking. Stop over-explaining. Stop filling the space with noise. Right now, every word you speak carries weight, sometimes power, sometimes weakness. Most people give away their authority the moment they start speaking without control. Every casual comment, every unnecessary explanation, every attempt to justify or persuade, they leak energy. They reveal intentions. They broadcast insecurity. Silence, on the other hand, conceals your strategy. Silence compels observation. Silence forces others to reveal themselves. Silence is strength. Remember that phrase. Repeat it. Embed it into your decisions. Your words are weapons. Your silence is the sharpest one you have. Think about the people you respect the most. Not the loudest, not the most flamboyant, but the ones whose words land like bullets and whose silence commands rooms. Negotiators, military strategists, CEOs, they understand what the rest of the world forgets. The moment you speak, you give away information. The moment you explain, you give away leverage. Every pause, every deliberate moment of quiet, builds dominance. Silence is strength. You have a choice. You can scatter your authority with chatter, or you can concentrate it in stillness. That's the key. You don't need their permission to take control of the room. You don't need anyone to validate your restraint. Discipline over impulse. Clarity over noise. Power over chatter. Here's the first hard truth. Most people fear silence because it exposes them. They worry about judgment. They fear appearing weak or unengaged. They panic in empty spaces and fill them with words. But here's the secret. Those who endure the quiet see more than those who speak. They observe patterns. They recognize motives. They spot weakness and opportunity. Silence is not passive. Silence is active control. Silence sharpens perception. Repeat it. Silence is strength. The more you practice restraint, the more you see. The more you see, the more power you have. That's the transformation most people never learn. Most people never even try. Let's break this down in real-world examples. High-stakes negotiators don't rush to speak. They let the other side talk. They pause before answering. They listen beyond the words. They allow silence to become pressure. Military leaders do the same. They watch, they wait, they analyze. CEOs making billion-dollar decisions often say little in meetings. They ask one question. They sit back. The room fills itself with insights, disclosures, and strategies. If you rush to fill every silence, you're handing your power away. You have a choice. That's the key. You can be reactive, weak, and loud, or you can be silent, observant, and unshakable. Silence is strength. Now let's talk about personal life. How many arguments have you escalated simply by talking too much? How many times have you revealed your emotions before thinking? How many opportunities to influence others quietly have been lost to noise? Stop. Pause. Observe. Respond deliberately. The rule of silence is simple. You do not react instantly. You do not justify. You do not explain. You observe, process, and act with precision. Every unnecessary word you speak leaks authority. Every silent moment you endure builds it. Silence is strength. Here's a practical exercise, the 15-minute silence drill. Every day, for 15 minutes, eliminate all unnecessary speech. No phone calls. No social media commentary. No small talk. Just observe. Just listen. Notice the thoughts that arise. Notice the impulses to speak. Notice the patterns in others. Record nothing. Explain nothing. Simply exist in quiet. Your mind will adapt. Your discipline will strengthen. Your perception will sharpen. After 1 week, you'll see how reactive your communication once was. After 1 month, your influence will quietly escalate. The drill is simple. The results are profound. Repeat after me. Silence is strength. Another key point. Silence amplifies your presence. People notice it. They respect it. They unconsciously recognize that a person who controls speech controls themselves. Who controls themselves controls outcomes. The room or the team or the conversation gravitates towards someone who is deliberate, not frantic. Someone whose words are measured, not wasted. Someone who speaks only when it matters. That person sets the frame. That person commands attention. That person dictates results without raising a voice. That person understands the silent path to power. You have a choice, but silence is uncomfortable at first. The mind rebels. Impulses to react will rise. You will want to defend, explain, justify. That is normal. That is where discipline comes in. Discipline over comfort. Observation over reaction. Strength over impulse. The longer you endure the quiet, the stronger your mental control. You train your mind to respond deliberately instead of emotionally. You create leverage in every interaction. You no longer give away the invisible currency of authority. Silence is strength. Here's another exercise to internalize this principle. In every meeting or conversation today, identify one moment where you would normally speak out of habit. Instead, pause. Observe. Let others fill the space. Notice how the conversation changes. Notice the disclosures, mistakes, and admissions that emerge. Let your silence create the pressure. Let it guide the outcome. You are training the mental muscle that separates reactors from leaders. You are building an internal discipline that cannot be bought or borrowed. Repeat the mantra, silence is strength. Remember, this principle is not about being antisocial or cold. It is about mastery. Control your words. Control your reactions. Control the space you occupy. Transform silence from discomfort into leverage. Every time you pause, you reclaim your power. Every time you observe, you gain clarity. Every time you resist speaking unnecessarily, you cement authority. That is the essence of the silent path to power. You have a choice. You don't need their permission. Silence is strength. As this chapter closes, I want you to internalize one last lesson. Talking is easy. Silence is hard. But the hardest things yield the greatest power. Stop scattering your authority with words. Stop reacting without strategy. Start observing. Start calculating. Start creating mental leverage through quiet discipline. You've begun to control your internal and external world in ways most people never even imagine. This is not theoretical. It is practical. It is actionable. And it is transformative. You mastered the discipline of listening. You mastered the control of your impulses. You started turning silence into leverage. Now, you're ready for the next level. Mastering your focus, where attention becomes your most powerful weapon. Every thought, every decision, every movement must align with the goals you're building silently. You mastered the room without speaking. Now, let's master the mind that commands it. Chapter 3. Control your attention, control your life. Stop drifting. Stop reacting. Stop letting your mind wander like a child with no supervision. Right now, every second you spend unfocused is a second wasted. Every distraction you indulge is a drain on your power. The harsh truth, your attention is your most valuable currency. That's right. Not your time. Not your money. Not your talent. Your attention. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. Where your energy flows, results follow, or they don't. Guard your attention like your life depends on it, because it does. Repeat it. Make it a command. Make it your discipline. Think about your average day. How many times does your attention get hijacked? A ping from your phone. A notification. An argument. A gossip. Scrolling endlessly through social media. reacting to someone else's drama, chasing someone else's priorities. Every time you surrender your focus, you surrender power. That's the key. You have a choice. You can let your environment steal your attention, or you can reclaim it. You don't need their permission to focus. You don't need their validation to prioritize. It's not about willpower, it's about discipline. Discipline over distraction. Focus over noise. Guard your attention like your life depends on it, because it does. Here's the first reality check. Distractions are designed to hijack you. Every app, every notification, every trending story is a magnet for your energy. Your brain is wired to respond instantly to novelty, to drama, to interruption. But if you allow your mind to wander toward every shiny object, your life will mirror that chaos. You'll achieve little. You'll feel scattered. You'll miss the moments that actually matter. This is why mastery begins with controlling attention. The most successful people, CEOs, elite athletes, strategic thinkers, control where their focus goes. They guard it fiercely. They apply it intentionally. That is their edge. You have a choice. Let's make this concrete. Social media spirals. You open Instagram or Twitter for 2 minutes and suddenly an hour disappears. Your mood shifts. Your energy drains. You feel reactive, anxious, or jealous. Gossip. You indulge in someone else's story, someone else's drama, and suddenly your day is no longer yours. Reactive behavior. Every small distraction adds up until you've handed your entire mental day to other people's priorities. Repeat this mantra. Guard your attention like your life depends on it, because it does. Every time you allow your focus to scatter, you are trading your power for momentary comfort. That stops now. Here's the solution. The single priority focus method. Each day, identify one mission, one objective, one non-negotiable task that defines your day. Write it down. Declare it silently to yourself. Then eliminate all distractions. Phones on silent. Notifications off. Social media locked. Interruptions minimized. Focus fully on the one task until completion. No multitasking. No excuses. Just execution. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. By mastering one mission per day, you create momentum. By creating momentum, you build mastery. That's the transformation most people never attempt, and that's why most people remain average. It gets deeper. Guarding your attention is not only about productivity, it's about mental clarity, emotional control, and decision-making. A scattered mind is a reactive mind. A reactive mind is a weak mind. When you allow your attention to be stolen, your emotions follow. Anger, anxiety, fear, they all escalate because your focus is fragmented. But a disciplined mind, trained to direct attention, remains calm under pressure. Decisions are deliberate. Reactions are measured. Outcomes are predictable. Repeat. Guard your attention like your life depends on it, because it does. It's not a suggestion, it's a requirement for anyone seeking power, influence, or freedom. Here's an exercise to build this habit immediately. For the next 24 hours, track every time your attention is stolen. Every notification, every impulse to check your phone, every diversion from your mission, write it down. At the end of the day, identify 3 things that consistently drain your focus. Then, eliminate them tomorrow. This is the foundation of mental discipline. It is small, consistent, and brutal, but it works. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need luck. You need discipline. That's the key. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. Now let's apply this to your personal and professional life. In conversations, focus fully on the person speaking. Not only do you gain clarity, you command respect. In work, prioritize your highest impact tasks. Eliminate busy work. In learning, read, watch, and listen with intention. Absorb only what builds your capacity. Avoid the temptation to chase every shiny object, every trending story, every popular opinion. Your attention is finite. Guard it like a treasure. Repeat. Guard your attention like your life depends on it, because it does. This is the currency of influence, the currency of achievement, the currency of an unbreakable mind. Let's get tactical. Divide your day into attention blocks. 1 hour focused, 15-minute breaks. Repeat. Protect these blocks fiercely. Every interruption is a test. Every distraction is a trap. Your response determines your level of control. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Soon, your environment adjusts. People notice. Your work quality skyrockets. Your mental energy multiplies. Discipline compounds. That's the power of controlled attention. That's the difference between reaction and mastery. You have a choice. Remember, guarding your attention is not a one-time effort, it's a lifestyle. It's a ritual. It's daily practice. It's micro-decisions stacked over time. Every day you practice, you reclaim authority over your life. Every day you surrender to distraction, you relinquish it. You don't need external validation to choose focus. You don't need anyone's permission to prioritize your own mission. You have the ultimate power right now, the ability to direct your mind. That is the essence of mental mastery. Guard your attention like your life depends on it, because it does. As this chapter closes, remember this: attention is the gateway to power. You can have all the skills, all the opportunities, all the resources, but if your focus is scattered, nothing matters. You can't act decisively if your mind is fragmented. You can't win if you chase every distraction. Discipline begins with focus. Execution begins with attention. Master your attention, and everything else aligns. You've practiced silence, you've restrained your words, now you take the next step. Total control over where your energy flows. That is the foundation for the rest of your life. You mastered your focus. You mastered your energy. Now, let's talk about mastering your inner emotional world. Chapter 4. Stop negotiating with weakness. Weakness is silent, but it is deadly. It creeps into your life disguised as excuses, comfort, and hesitation. The moment you start debating with it, you lose. The doorway to self-betrayal opens the second you rationalize inaction. Think about it. How many times have you delayed a task, avoided confrontation, or said, "I'll do it later," only to never do it at all? That hesitation is weakness talking. That internal debate is your enemy. Repeat it. You always have a choice. Every moment presents a decision. Every moment offers the chance to act or to surrender. That's the key. Action beats excuses. Discipline crushes hesitation. You don't need permission from anyone to choose strength. You have it within yourself. Always. Let's be clear. Weakness hides behind logic. I'm tired. It's too hard. Someone else should do it. You've heard these before, maybe from yourself, maybe from others. Excuses are comfortable. Comfort is deceptive. It feels safe, but it's lethal to potential. Every excuse creates a shadow over your life. It delays growth. It weakens your mind. It erodes your character. Every time you negotiate with weakness, you train yourself to settle, to delay, to shrink. That is the silent poison. Repeat. You always have a choice. You can obey the voice of comfort, or you can act. You can surrender, or you can rise. The choice is yours. That's the key. Now, let's look at real-world micro-moments where weakness infiltrates your day. Getting out of bed. It sounds simple, but consider the internal dialogue. Just 5 more minutes. I'll start later. That 5 minutes often becomes an hour. That hour becomes a habit. That habit becomes a life of compromise. Every morning is a test of discipline. Every morning you negotiate with weakness, you reinforce it. Another example, resisting fear. Maybe it's a conversation you need to have, a task you're avoiding, a risk you're afraid to take. Weakness whispers, "Not now. Wait." Every delay is a victory for the very thing that holds you back. One more, procrastination. You feel the pressure, but instead of acting, you rationalize, distract yourself, or convince yourself someone else will handle it. That's weakness gaining power silently. Micro moments define macro outcomes. Every small choice compounds. Repeat, you always have a choice. So how do you fight it? How do you stop negotiating with weakness? First, adopt a no negotiation rule. This is simple but brutal. If it must be done, you do it. No discussion. No hesitation. No comfort seeking. Discipline over feelings. Action over comfort. Feel like exercising. Do it anyway. Feel like confronting someone? Step forward. Feel like working on a hard project? Start now. That's the rule. It's not about motivation. Motivation fades. Motivation lies. Discipline rewires. You act because you've chosen to act. You act because you've declared that weakness will not control you. That's the transformation. Let's apply it in daily life. Start small. Make your bed the moment you wake. That's a victory over weakness. Take one action today that your fear or hesitation wants you to avoid. Pick a task you've been delaying and complete it fully. Say no to comfort. Say yes to discipline. Each action sends a signal to your brain, I am in control. I do not negotiate with weakness. Repetition is your ally. One act is good. 100 acts create a fortress of discipline. That's the key. You have a choice every day. You have countless micro moments where action or inaction will define your character. Choose wisely. Understand this. Weakness is not external. It is not someone else telling you what you can or cannot do. Weakness is internal. It is the mental chatter that convinces you to delay, avoid, or shrink. You have the power to silence it. You don't need anyone's permission to act. You don't need external validation to make the hard choice. You always have a choice. Repeat it. Own it. Let it become the foundation of your discipline. That's how unbreakable people are made, not by luck, not by opportunity, not by talent, but by consistently refusing to negotiate with weakness. Here's a practical tool, the immediate action principle. Whenever you feel hesitation creeping in, take one small action immediately. Send the message. Make the call. Start the task. Open the document. Move physically. Action breaks the spell of weakness. Action reinforces strength. Action builds momentum. Momentum defeats fear. Repeat this habit daily. Strength becomes habitual. Weakness loses its power. That's the transformation. You don't debate it. You execute. Discipline over feelings. Action over comfort. Another layer. Internal dialogue. The words you speak to yourself matter. Stop negotiating with phrases like, maybe later, I can't, it's not the right time. Replace them with, I act now, I am responsible, discipline comes first. Words hardwire action. They condition your mind to obey you instead of excuses. That's the power of deliberate language. Weakness flees in the face of clarity. Repeat, you always have a choice. This chapter is about ownership, about refusing compromise, about creating a mind that does not bend under pressure. Weakness will constantly whisper, Comfort will constantly tempt. Fear will constantly linger. Your task is simple but brutal. Act. Decide. Execute. No negotiation. Every day, every moment, every micro-choice. That's how power is built. That's how results are earned. That's how the silent path to mastery is traveled. Discipline over feelings. Action over comfort. Repeat it. Live it. Own it. Finally, remember the broader lesson. Controlling your attention, your words, your actions, all of it is meaningless if you allow weakness to dictate your steps. The disciplined mind does not debate. It does not rationalize. It executes. That is the essence of strength. That is the path of the unbreakable. You always have a choice. Take it. Every day, every moment, every decision. Weakness cannot be negotiated with. It must be acted against. That is the transformation this chapter delivers. That is the skill that builds power silently, steadily, and relentlessly. You mastered your hesitation. You crushed the inner excuses. You refused to negotiate with weakness. Now, let's take this discipline further and apply it to the ultimate enemy of growth, your emotional chaos. Chapter 5. Your past is a reference, not a sentence. Your past is not your prison. That is the first truth you must understand. Yet, so many people live as if every mistake, every failure, every regret is a sentence handed down to them. They replay moments over and over. They obsess over what went wrong. They let history dictate their present. Stop that. Repeat it. You have a choice. Every time your mind drifts to old failures, remember, the past only has the power you give it. That's the key. It's not about guilt. It's not about shame. It's about discipline. Your power comes from controlling your response to what has already happened. Think about it. How often do people ask, "Why me?" after a failure? They analyze, they ruminate, they punish themselves mentally. And for what? Nothing changes. Nothing grows. The clock doesn't rewind. Life doesn't pause for regret. And yet, they remain trapped, watching their potential slip away while they rehearse old mistakes like a broken record. That's weakness disguised as reflection. It's the enemy of action. Repeat this to yourself. You have a choice. Your past does not define your power. You can either dwell in failure or you can extract lessons, adapt, and move forward. That's the difference between those who are broken by life and those who are unstoppable. Let's get practical. First, recognize the mental traps of obsession. It's subtle, but it's constant. The second guessing. The what-ifs. The "I should have" statements. Each thought strengthens the chains of your past. Every time you replay a failure, you reinforce helplessness. Here's the truth. You cannot change what happened. You can only control what happens next. Repeat it. You have a choice. You have the power to redefine your present. You have the power to rewrite the meaning of every past event. That's the transformation. That's discipline in action. Now, here's the mindset shift that will break the chains. Stop asking, "Why me?" Start asking, "What does this prepare me for?" Every failure, every setback, every painful moment in your life is preparation. Every difficulty is a lesson in resilience, a rehearsal for strength. You've experienced betrayal? You've been humiliated? You've failed spectacularly? Good. It is not punishment. It is training. Repeat it. You have a choice. You can carry resentment, or you can convert the experience into preparation. That's the key. That's how winners think. That's how unbreakable minds are built. Nothing in your past is wasted if you choose to learn. Nothing in your past is a sentence if you refuse to obey it. Let's make this concrete. I want you to imagine a failure you've been holding on to. Maybe it's a career setback, a failed relationship, or a personal mistake. Now, reframe it. Ask yourself, what does this prepare me for? How does this moment sharpen your ability to endure? How does it refine your judgment, your patience, your strategic thinking? Write it down. Say it aloud. Internalize it. Each reframing weakens the grip of regret. Each reframing strengthens your mental armor. Repeat to yourself, you have a choice. Your past does not define your power. That is discipline speaking. That is transformation in motion. Remember, the mind loves stories. It wants to label you, define you, confine you. I am a failure. I am unlucky. I always mess up. These are narratives you've been repeating, perhaps unconsciously, for years. Stop. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not the echo of your past. You are a decision away from a new narrative. Repeat it. You have a choice. Every day, every hour, every moment, you can decide how your history shapes you. That's the key. That's how discipline turns experience into advantage. That's how silent power is forged. Here's a behavioral practice, the past reframing exercise. Pick one regret each day. Write it down. Then, answer 3 questions. 1. What lesson does this teach me? 2. How does this prepare me for future challenges? 3. What action can I take today that proves I am not defined by this moment? Perform this daily. Make it a ritual. The repetition conditions your mind. The practice rewires your thinking. Weakness fades. Strength grows. Repeat. You have a choice. Your past does not define your power. Another layer. Accountability. When you take responsibility for your past actions, you reclaim control. Stop blaming circumstances, other people, or luck. Weakness thrives on excuses. Discipline thrives on ownership. Say aloud, I own my past. I learn. I move forward. This simple declaration is potent. It rewires your mental pathways. It signals to your subconscious, the past is a reference, not a sentence. That's the mantra of those who refuse to be broken. That's how you create an unbreakable mind. Now, let's examine the broader consequences. People who let the past dictate their present live in fear. They avoid risk. They delay action. They repeat old mistakes because they are chained to old narratives. Compare that to those who use the past as a reference. They are decisive. They are confident. They are calm under pressure. They take bold action because they understand failure is feedback, not finality. Repeat it. You have a choice. Weakness will tell you to dwell. Discipline will tell you to act. That's the difference between a reactive life and a mastered life. Finally, internalize the ultimate principle. Your power is determined not by what happened to you, but by what you do with it. You are not your failures. You are not your regrets. You are the choices you make in response to them. That is the silent path to power. That is the discipline of an unbreakable mind. Every day, you rewrite your story. Every day, you reclaim authority over your life. Repeat it one last time. You have a choice. Your past does not define your power. Let this principle guide you. Let it fortify you. Let it transform you. You mastered your regret. You reclaimed your authority over what happened before. You transformed every setback into preparation. Now, let's move forward. Next, we confront the final frontier, your internal landscape itself, the place where thoughts, choices, and life outcomes collide. Chapter 6. Pain is your ally. Comfort is the enemy. Listen carefully. The world is designed to keep you comfortable. It whispers to you, avoid pain. Stay safe. Take the easy route. And most people obey. They scroll. They distract. They numb themselves. They chase convenience. They chase pleasure. But here's the truth, the silent, brutal truth you need to hear. Comfort is your enemy. Comfort kills growth. Comfort softens you. Comfort is the reason you are not as strong, as sharp, as resilient as you could be. Repeat this to yourself. Pain builds strength. Comfort builds weakness. That is the core principle of mental mastery. That is the reality few people dare to confront. Most people fear pain. They think pain is destructive. They run from it. They avoid it. They negotiate with it. And that's the problem. It's not pain that breaks you. It's avoidance. It's running from challenge, from confrontation, from the grind. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is the signal that you are alive, the test that separates the strong from the weak, the rehearsal that prepares you for life's true pressures. That's the key. Repeat. Pain builds strength. Comfort builds weakness. Think about the athletes who achieve greatness. Think about the entrepreneurs who build empires. Think about the leaders who withstand storms and pressure others crumble under. None of them avoided discomfort. None of them ran from the cold, the rejection, the sacrifice. Pain was their ally. Pain was their teacher. Pain sculpted their endurance, sharpened their resolve, and built resilience you cannot fake. Comfort would have destroyed them. Comfort would have lulled them into mediocrity. This is the reality you must internalize. Repeat it. You have a choice. You can chase comfort or embrace pain. That's the key. Let's break this down to your daily life. Where do you avoid discomfort? Where do you settle? Getting out of bed on cold mornings. Speaking up when it's easier to stay silent. Facing a difficult conversation instead of scrolling social media. Exercising when your body begs for rest. Doing the work nobody sees. Every moment of avoidance is a small betrayal to your future self. Every skipped challenge is a missed opportunity to train mental toughness. Repeat. Pain builds strength. Comfort builds weakness. Discipline is built in these small, daily confrontations with discomfort. Now, let's be concrete. I want you to adopt a daily discomfort ritual. Choose 3 controlled ways to invite pain into your day. Cold exposure, a cold shower, a cold bath, or standing outside in the cold for a few minutes. Pain is immediate. Discomfort is sharp. Resistance is built. You learn. I control my reaction, not my environment. Silent walks. Go outside for 20 to 30 minutes with no phone, no distractions, no music. Sit with your thoughts. Face the discomfort of silence. Notice your mind wanting noise, wanting escape. Choose to stay present. Discipline grows in that stillness. Digital fasting. Remove yourself from social media, email, and constant information for a set block of time. Observe the discomfort. Observe the cravings. The mind panics without distraction. And here's the power. You are training your attention, your patience, your mental resilience. Repeat to yourself each day. Pain builds strength. Comfort builds weakness. That is not a metaphor. That is a command. That is discipline in action. That is the silent, invisible work of building an unbreakable mind. Let's talk about the psychology behind it. When you embrace pain, you rewire your brain. You teach your nervous system, I am capable. I can endure. I can control my reactions. Each time you face discomfort, your tolerance grows. Your confidence grows. Your resilience grows. And here's the most powerful part. Your future self begins to operate at a higher baseline. Stress that would have shattered you now becomes manageable. Obstacles that once seemed insurmountable now seem like minor tests. Pain prepares you for life. Comfort leaves you fragile. Repeat it. Pain builds strength. Comfort builds weakness. Here's the key trap to avoid: doing pain superficially. Too many people think they are tough because they endure small inconveniences while avoiding the real challenges. That's not discipline. That's self-deception. True strength comes from purposeful discomfort. Pain chosen, discomfort embraced, resistance welcomed. That's how you train your mind. That's how you train your life. Repeat, you have a choice. Pain is your ally. Comfort is your enemy. Let's bring this home with a story. Look at a professional athlete, a soldier, or a founder who faced repeated setbacks. They did not wait for conditions to be perfect. They did not avoid the grind. Every day, they sought the edge of discomfort. Every morning, they chose to embrace pain. They chose resistance. They chose to grow where others would settle. And over time, they became unstoppable. You can do the same. The only difference is this: you must act consistently. You must embrace discomfort daily. You must choose pain over comfort. Repeat, pain builds strength. Comfort builds weakness. That is the law of the silent path to power. Now, here's a practical checklist for you to implement starting today. Morning discipline. Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Face cold or discomfort first. Train your body, train your mind. Daily challenge. Identify one thing today that scares you or makes you uncomfortable and do it anyway. Speak up. Take action. Confront a fear. Evening reflection. Journal for 5 minutes. Record where you avoided comfort, where you embraced pain, and what you learned. Every repetition of this cycle strengthens the neurological pathways of resilience. Every choice to face pain and resist comfort rewires your identity. You begin to embody the principle: I am the one in control. I do not flee. I do not negotiate. I endure. Repeat to yourself, you have a choice. Pain builds strength. Comfort builds weakness. That is the mantra. That is the daily command. That is the silent work of mastery. Here is the final, non-negotiable truth. Growth does not come from safety. Growth does not come from ease. Growth comes from facing discomfort, embracing challenges, and enduring when others quit. Pain is not punishment. Pain is preparation. Comfort is not a reward. Comfort is the trap. Discipline chooses the path others fear. Repeat it again. Pain builds strength. Comfort builds weakness. You must internalize this until it becomes reflexive. Your life will follow the strength of your discipline. You mastered the understanding of your past. You reclaimed authority over regret. You learned to transform pain into power. Now, your next step is mastering the mind itself, controlling thought, attention, and choice. That is the final frontier. That is where your silent power becomes unstoppable. Chapter 7. Identity is a choice. Listen closely. Most people wander through life waiting to discover themselves. They chase labels. They ask, who am I really? They wait for life to reveal their purpose, their strengths, their calling. And while they wait, time passes. Opportunities slip. Potential fades. That thinking is a trap. Identity is not discovered. Identity is not handed to you by experience, circumstance, or chance. Identity is chosen. It is forged, consciously, one action at a time. Repeat this. You are who you repeatedly choose to be. That is the principle. That is the foundation of mental power. That is the reality few dare to confront. Here's the truth most avoid. You define yourself every day, whether you realize it or not. Every action, every habit, every decision either strengthens your desired identity or betrays it. You wake up late. You are choosing laziness. You overcommit and underdeliver. You are choosing unreliability. You indulge distractions, avoid challenges, chase comfort? You are choosing weakness. And here's the tough love punch. No one else is going to assign your identity. You don't need their permission. Repeat. You are who you repeatedly choose to be. Every day, you have a choice. Consider the examples of people who refused to wait for life to reveal them. Michael Jordan didn't wait for greatness to appear. He chose to practice relentlessly, to embrace the grind, to become someone unstoppable. J.K. Rowling didn't wait for fame or approval. She chose to write, revise, and persist through rejection. Entrepreneurs, leaders, and high performers don't stumble into identity. They construct it brick by brick, action by action, choice by choice. Repeat. Your actions define you. Your choices shape your life. That is the power of deliberate identity. Now let's break this into a practical method for your life. I call it the identity alignment test. Here's how it works. Define your desired identity. Write down who you want to be. Not vague ideals, but concrete traits. Disciplined, decisive, patient, resilient, unbreakable. Be specific. Observe your actions. For the next week, track your daily behaviors. Are they aligned with the identity you declared? If you said you want to be decisive but procrastinate, that's a mismatch. If you want to be disciplined but skip your workouts or your work, that's a mismatch. Adjust intentionally. Once you spot the gaps, decide. Either adjust your actions to align with your identity, or reconsider the identity you are claiming. You cannot fake alignment. You cannot cheat yourself. Repeat. Discipline over convenience. Action over excuses. Here's the key lesson. Identity without action is fantasy. Thoughts without follow-through are meaningless. You can claim bravery, but if you avoid confrontation, you are not brave. You can claim discipline, but if you procrastinate daily, you are not disciplined. Identity is chosen in action, reinforced through repetition, and confirmed by results. Repeat. You are who you repeatedly choose to be. Let's talk about the common traps that sabotage identity. The first trap is external validation. Most people allow other people to define them. They wait for approval, recognition, or praise to feel legitimate. That's the silent thief of power. You don't need their permission. You never needed it. Your identity is yours to define. Every time you defer your choices to someone else, you erode your identity. Repeat it. You don't need their permission. The second trap is habitual compromise. People justify small contradictions as minor or necessary. They skip workouts once, they delay tough conversations once, they indulge excuses once. That one compromise becomes a pattern. That pattern becomes identity. And soon, you are a person you never intended to be. That is how mediocrity creeps in silently. Repeat. Every action either reinforces or betrays your chosen identity. The third trap is fear of reinvention. Many resist change because it feels uncertain. They cling to old behaviors, old patterns, old labels. The truth is, reinvention is not optional, it's necessary. Life demands evolution. Identity is a living construct. You are not stuck. You can pivot. You can redefine yourself today. Repeat. Identity is chosen. Identity is forged. Identity is exercised. Let's make this tangible. Take a moment and ask yourself, are your actions aligned with who you want to be? Are you the person you are claiming to be? If the answer is no, you have a choice. That's the key. You can adjust your habits, your routines, your decisions. You can stop just thinking about who you want to be and start acting like that person now. Repeat. You are who you repeatedly choose to be. Here's the transformation principle. Alignment creates clarity. Clarity creates confidence. Confidence creates momentum. Momentum creates results. And results, over time, solidify identity into an unbreakable force. Your actions speak louder than words, louder than thoughts, louder than excuses. They are the evidence of your identity. Repeat it. Identity is chosen, not discovered. Now, for a behavioral exercise to cement this chapter into your life. Morning affirmation. Each morning, declare your identity in the present tense. I am disciplined. I am resilient. I am decisive. Speak it. Own it. Believe it. Daily check-in. Pause midday. Ask, are my actions aligned with my stated identity? If not, course correct immediately. Discipline is reinforced in the moment. Evening reflection. Journal your wins and failures. Identify where you acted in alignment and where you betrayed your identity. Plan the next day's adjustments. Growth lives in this reflection. Remember this final mantra. You have a choice. You are who you repeatedly choose to be. You don't need their permission. Discipline over compromise. Action over comfort. This is not theory. This is a daily command. This is how your silent path to power transforms into a life of unshakable purpose. You mastered control over past regret. You embraced pain to build resilience. Now, you master your future self through deliberate, aligned action. The next frontier is mental command, directing your thoughts, focus, and attention to become unstoppable. Chapter 8. The Discipline of Emotional Control. Listen closely. Most people believe emotions are uncontrollable. They think anger, frustration, jealousy, and fear are just what happens to you. They think they have no choice but to react. That is a lie. That is weakness masquerading as inevitability. Emotions are signals, not commands. They are data points, alerts from your mind, not orders from it. And here is the truth few will tell you. Reactivity is mental slavery. Every time you allow a fleeting feeling to dictate your actions, you are surrendering power. You are handing control of your life to the chaos of your internal state. Repeat it. Control the emotion, control the outcome. That is the mantra. That is the principle. That is the first step toward becoming unbreakable. Here's the hard truth. Emotional reactivity destroys lives silently. Think of every argument you've had that escalated. Think of the jealousy you felt that made you act foolishly. Think of the impulsive choices, buying, speaking, acting, made in the heat of the moment. Each one chips away at credibility, relationships, and self-respect. Each one reinforces the pattern that your feelings, rather than your judgment, decide your life. And yet, few confront it. Few admit that every reaction is a choice. You have a choice. That's the key. You can pause. You can decide. You can regain control. Repeat. Control the emotion. Control the outcome. Let's make this concrete. Picture a common scenario. Someone criticizes you at work. Most people react instantly. They argue. They explain. They defend. They spiral into frustration. They escalate unnecessarily. That moment seems small, but the cost is huge. Stress, lost credibility, and a clouded mind all compound. Now picture a different approach. You feel the irritation. You notice it. You pause. You choose your response deliberately. Perhaps you respond calmly. Perhaps you hold your silence. The situation doesn't control you. You control it. Repeat it. React less. Choose more. Control the emotion. Control the outcome. That is power most people never taste. Let's break down the rule of the pause, a simple tool to reclaim control. It is deceptively easy but brutally effective. Whenever an emotional trigger strikes, pause. Count 3 seconds before you respond. Literally, 1, 2, 3. That micro delay interrupts automatic reactivity. Label, identify the emotion. This is anger. This is frustration. This is fear. Naming it removes its unconscious control. Choose, decide the next action consciously. Do you escalate? Do you ignore? Do you act strategically? That moment of choice turns instinct into mastery. Repeat it. Control the emotion, control the outcome. Consider high-pressure leaders, athletes, and negotiators. They are not emotionless. They feel anger, fear, and anxiety just like anyone else. The difference? They have trained themselves to respond deliberately, not automatically. They don't react in the moment, they react strategically. A quarterback under blitz doesn't panic, he executes the play. A CEO under hostile questioning doesn't flinch, she steers the conversation. Repeat, reactivity is mental slavery. Discipline is freedom. Now, let's talk about real-life habits that strengthen emotional discipline. You cannot simply read about this and expect change. You must practice deliberately. Here's how. Daily micropauses. Throughout your day, intentionally pause before responding to minor irritations. A text, a traffic jam, a rude comment. Train your mind to delay reaction. Repeat, every pause is power. Reflection journaling. At night, review moments when emotions ruled your choices. Ask, could I have paused? Could I have responded differently? Identify patterns. Adjust tomorrow. Repeat, awareness precedes control. Stress exposure training. Place yourself in controlled discomfort. Cold showers, challenging conversations, timed tasks. Your emotions will flare. Practice pausing, observing, and choosing. That is how resilience is built. Repeat, what you don't manage, manages you. Here's the mindset to adopt. Emotions are temporary. Decisions are permanent. Feelings rise and fall, but the consequences of acting without control last. Every time you react without choice, you reinforce weakness. Every time you pause and decide, you reinforce strength. Every time you internalize the mantra, control the emotion, control the outcome, you take another step toward an unbreakable mind. Repeat it until it becomes reflex. Repeat it until it guides every action, every conversation, every conflict. Let's address a common counter-argument. I can't control how I feel. True. You cannot stop an emotion from arising. That's not the goal. The goal is control over response. Feel all you want. Rage, fear, frustrate. But when the moment to act comes, you decide. You decide how your energy is spent. You decide what your words, your movements, your actions accomplish. That is mastery. That is discipline. Repeat it. It's not about emotion. It's about discipline. And this is where transformation happens. The first layer is awareness. You recognize the trigger. The second layer is delay. You insert the pause. The third layer is choice. You act deliberately. Over time, these layers reinforce each other. Pause becomes automatic. Labeling becomes instinct. Choosing becomes second nature. And suddenly, you're no longer at the mercy of moods, irritations, or fears. You're the commander of your internal battlefield. Repeat, control the emotion, control the outcome. That is how leaders are made. That is how silent power is cultivated. That is how you build a mind that cannot be broken. Finally, let's make it practical for your daily life. Tomorrow, the moment a trigger arises, an insult, a criticism, a setback, apply the rule of the pause. 3 seconds. Identify the emotion. Choose deliberately. Do it consistently for 1 week. Observe the results. Notice the clarity, the calm, the regained authority in your responses. Then expand. Apply it in bigger moments. In conversations, in decisions, in challenges. Repeat, the pause is power. The response is strength. You have learned to stop letting your emotions dictate your life. You have learned to insert control, reflection, and strategic choice into every reaction. You have learned that emotional mastery is not optional. It is mandatory. And here is the final reinforcement. You have a choice. You always have a choice. Control the emotion, control the outcome. Every decision you make from this point on, make it deliberately. Every response, every action, every word. That is how you move from reaction to mastery. That is how silent power grows. That is how you become unbreakable. You mastered your identity. You mastered your alignment. Now, it's time to master your mind's inner battlefield, the domain of impulse, desire, and feeling. That will prepare you for the final frontier, mental command. Chapter 9. Build mental armor through environment. Listen carefully. Most people underestimate the silent, invisible force that shapes their minds every single day. Their environment. Your surroundings, the people you interact with, the habits you follow, the media you consume, the spaces you occupy, are constantly programming you. And here is the hard truth. If you stay in the same environment, you stay the same. Repeat it. If you stay in the same environment, you stay the same. That is not opinion. That is fact. Every conversation you have, every screen you stare at, every habit you cling to is either strengthening your mental armor or corroding it. You have a choice. That's the key. You can take control, or you can remain a product of other people's design. Let's start with people. Who surrounds you? Are they ambitious, disciplined, and focused? Or are they draining, critical, and complacent? The people around you teach you how to think, how to react, and how to act, even when you don't realize it. Toxic colleagues, envious friends, or family members who resist change can quietly chip away at your confidence and clarity. They normalize weakness. They reward excuses. They make your goals seem smaller than they are. And you absorb it all. Repeat, you don't need their permission. You don't need their approval. You don't need their energy. Choose who you allow into your mental space. Choose who influences your thoughts. Choose who earns your attention. Now consider habits. Habits are the micro-decisions that form the architecture of your mind. Drinking, scrolling, complaining, gossiping, binge-watching, all of these are invisible chains. They shape your emotional landscape, your focus, and your discipline. Conversely, disciplined habits, reading, reflection, exercise, meditation, build strength quietly, invisibly, relentlessly. 1 minute of focus every day, one deliberate choice to resist comfort, one refusal to surrender to distraction, that compounds into mental armor. Repeat it. It's not about talent. It's not about luck. It's about discipline. Next, think about spaces. Physical and digital spaces affect your mental state more than you realize. Cluttered rooms, noisy offices, endless notifications, chaotic feeds, they scatter your focus, dull your mind, and lower your standards. Contrast this with a clean, organized environment, minimal distractions, intentional digital use. This is where calm focus is possible. This is where ideas take shape. This is where strength grows silently. Repeat, your environment shapes your mind. Your environment shapes your life. Now let's bring this into the real world with examples. Picture a high-performing entrepreneur. He doesn't spend his days around negativity, chaos, or distraction. He curates his space. He chooses the right colleagues, mentors, and team members. He blocks toxic inputs. He maintains routines that reinforce clarity and execution. Contrast that with someone stuck in the same toxic office, checking social media compulsively, surrounded by low-energy peers. Guess who grows? Guess who remains stagnant? Repeat, if you stay in the same environment, you stay the same. Here's where transformation begins: the environment audit. This is your tool for mental armor. It is deliberate. It is actionable. Here is how it works. Identify one habit that weakens you. Maybe it's scrolling before bed, complaining with friends, or consuming negativity online. Remove it immediately. That one habit creates mental clutter. Delete it. Replace it. Repeat. Discipline over distraction. Action over comfort. Identify one person who drains you. Not everyone you know will support your growth. Not everyone you see daily has your interests in mind. Limit interaction. Distance yourself strategically. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need to explain yourself. Protect your mind. Repeat, you have a choice. That's the key. Identify one distraction or space that scatters you. A messy desk, a chaotic room, a noisy environment, constant notifications. Choose one and fix it. Organize. Silence. Declutter. Control your inputs. Repeat. Clarity comes from order. Strength comes from focus. When you apply this audit consistently, your mind begins to armor itself. Weakening influences are removed. Strengthening influences are magnified. Your focus sharpens. Your decisions improve. Your mental resilience grows. Repeat, you are no longer at the mercy of your surroundings. You are the architect of your mind. Here's the crucial mindset. Your environment is not passive. It is active. It speaks to you, shapes you, programs you, every single day. If you are weak, look around. If you are distracted, look around. If you are frustrated, look around. The fault is not always external, but the remedy always begins externally. Remove what weakens you. Add what strengthens you. Repeat, it's not about luck. It's not about circumstance. It's about discipline. Now, let's make this practical. Tomorrow, perform your first environment audit. Identify one habit to stop. Identify one person to limit. Identify one distraction to eliminate. Do not negotiate. Do not rationalize. Do it. Feel the clarity immediately. Notice how the air shifts. Notice how your mind feels lighter. That is your mental armor forming. Do this daily. Do this weekly. Watch as your resilience, focus, and mental clarity compound silently. Repeat, if you stay in the same environment, you stay the same. Change your environment, change your mind. Finally, let's address the subtle trap most fall into, thinking that building mental armor is a grand gesture. It is not. It is quiet, consistent, invisible work. It is choosing the right conversation over the wrong one. It is cleaning your space when no one is watching. It is resisting the urge to check the phone for 5 minutes. It is removing the one-week influence today. Repeat, silent consistency creates power. Silent discipline creates unbreakable minds. You mastered your reactions in Chapter 8. You mastered emotional control. Now, it's time to master the external forces that silently shape your mind. The environment you choose is the armor you wear. Protect it. Reinforce it. Upgrade it daily. That armor will keep you standing when chaos hits. That armor will make your mind unbreakable. Chapter 10. Master your mind. Master your life. This is it. The culmination. Everything you've learned in the previous chapters, the silence, the focus, the emotional control, the environment, the identity, the discipline, they all converge here. Your mind is the battlefield. Your thoughts dictate your outcomes. Chaotic thoughts produce chaotic actions. Chaotic actions produce chaotic results. Repeat it. Master your mind, and you master your life. There is no power without control. There is no freedom without discipline. There is no transformation without mastery of your inner world. You have a choice. That's the key. You can let your mind wander aimlessly, reacting to every impulse, every distraction, every emotional spike, or you can take control. You can become the architect of your life. Let's start with the truth. You are always thinking. And if your thoughts are unchecked, uncontrolled, scattered, you are handing your life to chaos. You allow outside noise to dictate your actions. You react rather than create. You justify rather than execute. Repeat, your thoughts are not just ideas, they are the commands that shape your reality. Mastering them is non-negotiable. This is not optional. This is not theoretical. This is survival, evolution, power. If you want to become unbreakable, you must first dominate the battlefield within. Here's how most people fail. They let emotions run the show. Frustration, fear, doubt, desire, all hijack their reasoning. They act impulsively. They chase every fleeting impulse. They let every minor irritation dictate their behavior. The result: stress, regret, missed opportunities, life controlled by accident, not intention. Repeat, it's not about luck. It's not about talent. It's about discipline. Discipline begins in your mind. Discipline begins with thought control. Discipline begins with you making the decision, I will not be a prisoner of my own mental chaos. So, how do you take control? How do you transform thought into a weapon? The answer is the daily mental command ritual. This is your tool. This is your lever. This is the mechanism by which the unbreakable mind is built. Let me walk you through it. Step 1. Set your intention. Before your day begins, decide exactly how you will think, act, and respond. Don't leave it to chance. Don't leave it to mood. Don't leave it to reaction. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Declare it. Repeat, you have a choice. That's the key. Your intention is the lens through which every thought, every decision, every action will pass today. Step 2. Select your dominant thought. This is the single thought you will allow to govern your mind above all others. Maybe it is focus. Maybe it is strength. Maybe it is patience. Whatever it is, commit to it. When doubt creeps in, when fear rises, when distraction calls, return to this dominant thought. It is your anchor. Repeat, master your mind and you master your life. The dominant thought is not passive. It is active. It is commanding. It is non-negotiable. Step 3. Review nightly. At the end of your day, examine your mind. Did you honor your intention? Did you uphold your dominant thought? Where did you falter? Where did you surrender control? Reflection is not punishment. It is refinement. You are not aiming for perfection. You are aiming for dominance. You are training your mental muscles. Repeat, control today, improve tomorrow, dominate forever. Now, let's tie this to every lesson you've learned in this book. Remember Chapter 1? Stop proving, start doing. Mastering your mind allows you to execute without validation. You don't need approval. You don't need permission. Chapter 2. Silence is a weapon. Mental mastery amplifies silence because it replaces mental chatter with deliberate, powerful thought. Chapter 3. Control your attention. The ritual ensures your focus is intentional, not reactive. Chapter 4. Stop negotiating with weakness. Mastery of mind reinforces discipline. Chapter 5. Your past is a reference, not a sentence. A disciplined mind reframes history for learning, not regret. Chapter 6. Pain is your ally. Comfort is the enemy. Mind control allows you to embrace discomfort strategically. Chapter 7. Identity is a choice. Mental mastery ensures your actions align with chosen identity. Chapter 8. Emotional control. This is the culmination. Dominant Thought Over Impulse. Chapter 9. Environment Shapes You. The mind shapes how environment is absorbed, filtered, and leveraged. Every prior lesson finds its apex in controlling your inner world. Repeat, every prior lesson only works when your mind commands your life. Let me make this brutally practical. Your mind will always try to trick you. It will argue, justify, complain, distract, and despair. Your mind will tell you to check social media, to procrastinate, to indulge in comfort, to react to every insult, every fear, every craving. That is its job. It is wired to seek the easiest path. But here's the key: you have a choice. That's the key. Discipline is doing the hard, controlled, intentional work despite the mind's resistance. Action is doing what must be done, not what feels good. Mastery is choosing thought over impulse, strategy over chaos, dominance over surrender. Repeat, master your mind, and you master your life. Here's a simple exercise to cement this transformation. Every morning, sit quietly. Close your eyes. Declare your intention. Select your dominant thought. Visualize yourself navigating the day through that lens. Notice the thoughts that try to distract. Acknowledge them. Let them pass. Return to your dominant thought. At night, reflect. Where did you honor your command? Where did you falter? Where did you regain control? Document it. Repeat daily. This is how mental armor is forged. This is how unbreakable minds are built. Finally, understand this: mastery is not a one-time event. It is continuous. The mind is a battlefield that requires constant vigilance. Every day, chaos will attempt to creep in. Every day, your environment will test you. Every day, emotions will try to hijack your logic. And every day, you will have a choice. Repeat it. You have a choice. That's the key. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need luck. You need discipline. You need focus. You need mastery. Master your mind, and you master your life. Master your mind, and all external challenges bend to your control. Master your mind, and you become the unbreakable force, silent, disciplined, unstoppable. Every habit, every environment, every emotion, every identity, all are under your command. That is true power. That is the silent path to power. That is the final transformation. Repeat it in your mind, declare it aloud, live it relentlessly. Master your mind, and you master your life. Conclusion: everything you crave begins silently. In your mind, in your decisions, in the discipline you practice when no one is watching. You learned that proving yourself is poison. You learned that silence is a weapon. You learned that attention is currency, weakness is optional, and comfort is the enemy. You learned to rewrite your past, choose your identity, control your emotions, and shape your environment. Now, the choice is yours. Will you remain a prisoner of noise, chaos, and distraction? Or will you step onto the silent path to power? Start today. Silence your excuses. Master your mind. Execute relentlessly. Walk with a calm, unshakable certainty that your power comes from within, and from within alone. The world will never dictate your strength again. The silent path is yours. Take it.